Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome to another episode of the Trevor Ohlsen Show, episode number 10. Double digits, baby, on Wednesday, October 21st, 2020. I am your host, Trevor Ohlsen. How are you guys doing? It is good to be here today talking with you guys. I recently gave a family update on episode number 9, Patreon edition. And so I'm going to catch you guys up, all the rest of you guys who are not on Patreon. And go fuck yourself if you're not. I'm going to catch you guys up on what I said, so everyone's on the same page. So I don't know the exact date, but I don't know, a week ago, 10 days ago, whatever it was, my mother was diagnosed with COVID. I'm here today to report that she is doing fantastic, which is excellent. That's really great news. And so I just want to let you guys know that she is recovering well. Her symptoms have been very minor, but everything's been good for her, which is great. She was tired for a few days and sore throat and this and that and everything. But again, thankfully, thank God, minor symptoms. So everything is so she's doing great. Just so you guys know that. As you can tell by my incredibly enthusiastic energy levels, I too, well, actually, you guys didn't know this, so I am, in fact, positive with COVID. I am. On episode number 9, I was waiting pending results. These results came back positive. And I am recovering as well. I think I've had it worse than my mom, to be honest. It's been very flu-like, just in regards to symptoms. I've been exhausted, very, very little energy. So I'm going to do my best to give you guys a show today. You're just going to have to bear with me, though, okay? All right, folks. You want me screaming and yelling? Yeah, well, I can't breathe. Okay. All right. No, my lungs are okay. Everything's okay there. But so both of us thankfully never had a fever, which surprisingly, because we both kind of felt like we did. I started off initially with a sore throat, and then just kind of achy and tired, and an overall sense of unwellness. And the first 3 days were okay, but then the last 2 have been really shitty. I've just felt horrible, felt really terrible. But yeah, and it was just like I said, it feels like the flu. I'm happy to report, like I said, my lungs feel great. There's nothing as far as congestion wise. There's no congestion or mucus in my lungs or my mom's lungs. Happy to report as well that my dad, no symptoms. He's living here. Tested negative, which is hilarious. And everyone I've told that to, it's like, who knows my dad? They're like, well, that's the perks of living in the garage and drinking beer and smoking weed. I was like, that's an interesting observation. But he feels great. So Lord willing, he just doesn't get it, which would be something. But we've been sick for quite a few days, and he still has no symptoms. So hopefully he doesn't get it. That'd be great. Yeah. So I have just been, along with my mom, we've just been laying low. Obviously, we're quarantining, and we're not going anywhere for a bit yet. I started developing symptoms on, Friday. It is Wednesday today, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I've had it for 6 days. And yeah, so that is the update. My mother is doing well. I may not sound like it, but I'm doing fairly well. I actually woke up today feeling definitely better than I have the last couple days. The last couple days I just had especially yesterday, I just had a pounding headache and achy and just feeling pretty miserable. Also, I've developed sciatica, which is great. So I've got COVID and sciatica. My mother's trying to kill me with COVID, and I have sciatica. Yeah, I've had sciatica before. I'm trying to remember when, but this morning it's terrible this morning. I went to sit down. I was eating breakfast, and I couldn't even sit. And I was like, what is going on? Then I remembered I've had this before, this specific pain that it basically runs from your ass or even your lower back. Like mine's on my right leg. So it runs this sort of shooting pain from basically my right butt cheek down to my heel. And it's just a shooting pain. It's very unpleasant. I do have some good sciatica stretches, which I always go to. And if there's any of you out there who have sciatica, I highly recommend that you type in sciatica stretches on YouTube, but then make sure you type in sciatica stretches Athlean X, and it's not athlete, it's athlean, like a lean, mean muscle machine. Athlean X. His name is Jeff Cavalier. I've talked about him before. He is a fitness genius, and he knows how the body works, and he will give you the perfect stretch to specifically stretch out your sciatic nerve. Is that what you're stretching? I don't know. I'm not the scientist. He is. So I highly recommend that. And even if you're having like any other body aches, he has thousands of videos up, and he is the only guy I will go to as far as YouTube, as far as knowing his background and his schooling, and he's worth, what do they say? He's worth his salt. He is. So, Jeff Cavalier, thank you for the sciatica stretches, which I will continue to implement today because I couldn't sit down trying to eat eggs. My appetite's been good. I actually weighed myself, and I've actually gained weight, which is great because it's very difficult for me to put on weight. And honestly, maybe taking this week off, no gym, no exercise, nothing. When I first started developing symptoms, I was like being all rebellious, and I was like, fuck it, I'm still going to the gym and working out, or at least I'll get outside and go for a run. I'm doing something. But then I started getting like quite sick, and I was like, oh, no, that's not happening. But I am looking forward to getting back after it. I'm a man of forward movement and momentum, and when my momentum stops, such as it has now, I don't like it. But I know that resting and recovery is the most important thing for me right now, so I'm doing everything possible to rest and recover. I'm not doing anything exercise-wise. I just feel it too much. I feel too exhausted. Apart from my breathing exercises, which I do every morning, which as far as I started feeling it one day in my lungs. I felt it in my lungs a little bit for, honestly, maybe just a day. And then I didn't feel anything after that day. And, I can't specifically credit it to the breathing exercises that I do, but I'm very thankful that I've been doing these breathing exercises for 10 months now. Every day. It's a breathwork meditation that I've talked about before. It's called the Wim Hof method. WIMHOF, I believe is how you spell his name. It's a hell of a name. Mr. Wim Hof, are you here? Yes, I'm right here. Wim. So I've been doing those for 10 months, and I'm very thankful that I have. So that is basically the update of the family. We're hanging in there, and I want to extend my appreciation to, there's been a good number of people on my emailing list in particular who, because if you're on it, I reached out kind of letting you guys know that I have it with part of the Monday morning message. Gratitude for health. Be grateful for your health, because I don't fucking have any. But a good handful of you guys reached out, with encouraging words, and the people who truly care for you or care about you or appreciate me and my family. Thank you. It means a lot. You guys that reached out and sent kind words and encouraging words to me and my family. So we are hanging in there. We're going to get through it. It's just, at this point, it's just day by day, just like everything else. It's the daily. I'm drinking liquid IVs. Like I said, my mom's basically on the mend. I did wake up saying to her that I kind of feel like I'm on the mend now, but which I do. I do feel better than I did the last 2 days. Apart from this fucking sciatic nerve shit. But yeah, we're going to get through it. We will. It's not the end of the world. Praise the Lord. And yeah. So there's a little health update for y'all. For y'all-everson. I'm looking outside right now. Snow on the ground. We got about 3 inches last night. And I'm the type of person that when change comes, particularly with regards to the seasons, whenever I don't like it. I don't like change. And I think that's natural for everyone. But I don't like when summer leaves and fall comes because I love the summer so much. And then when fall turns to winter, I don't like, so I don't like it. I don't like it. I just don't like the shifting seasons initially. But then once it changes, I'm totally fine with it. But I don't really care for seeing the snow, and all the leaves are brown now, the ones that are remaining, except there's one tree in our yard that is always the last tree to go, and there's even some on there right now that are still a shade of green. All the rest of the trees are just, they look dead or have brown leaves, but this one's still hanging on. I will say, though, that seeing the snow has made me even more excited for the fact that we are going to be having a sauna soon. Now, it should be here, they said, 4 to 6 weeks at the latest. It's been over 5 weeks. I did reach out to them. Technically speaking, the latest it should be here is in 5 days on the 26th. And seeing the snow, just reminds me of the winter that's about to come, the 6 months of frigid cold temperatures and feet of snow, and my dad bitching about it. No, he just complains about the weather like everyone else. But I mean, it's a lot more work. We have to plow our driveway. We have to, keep things shoveled. And my parents are now at an age where it's like we have to make sure they don't fall, because we have a lot of stairs leading up to the front door. So it's like it's always got to be salted. It's always got to be shoveled. It's always got to be taken care of. Or someone's gonna fall and break their hip. That's right. They won't like that shit. They'll have sciatica, and they'll be mad at ya. So we got to keep the stairs shoveled. I miss singing, you guys. It's been great. I've had a blast working on the album that I've been working on for the last 6 months, and it is my best stuff, and I'm super excited for you guys to hear it. But I miss it. I miss the live shows. I miss being on the road, but it is what it is. I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you. I miss it. I actually played the other day before I got sick. This was a couple weeks ago, because I haven't been playing because I've just been recording. So it's a different sort of process and mentality when you're recording. Sort of. Maybe it shouldn't be, but it is, because as far as the editing it's a tedious part of the craft that requires a different sort of person than just the performer, if that makes any sense. Because you have to be a performer, but you have to also be a mix engineer. You have to be able to look at things from different perspectives. So I have not been singing and playing at all. I've just been recording. And I just played the other day, and just a few songs. And yeah, it was rough, but it was fun. And without exaggeration, I teared up and I got goosebumps because it felt so good to play. Which just reminded me how much I love music. Like, I do. I love it so much. And playing music and like physically has an effect on me. Music has, I mean, I think probably has a physical effect on everyone, but I don't know. I feel it in my bones. And yeah, I like teared up and got emotional, and it felt, I'm getting like goosebumps right now talking about it. It's such a surreal thing. It's hard to be explained. But man, it felt great to play, and I can't wait to get this album out and start performing this album eventually when things open back up. And I can't wait. I'm going to no, I was going to tell you something right now, but I'm going to save that for later. It's going to be a little surprise for you guys. Yeah. But there's another little, how do we get on that? Was I talking about the sauna? I was. I think maybe I finished my thoughts on that, but either way, I'm pumped for the sauna to come. It's gonna make this winter so much better. I'm just gonna cook myself maybe 8 days a week, 5 to 7 days a week in that sauna. Yeah, I freaking can't wait. I'm so excited. It's so good for you, and as far as a form of active recovery, for me, it's my absolute favorite. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. Like, if you're using a sauna 5 to 7 days a week, your all-cause mortality, there's a 40% decrease in all-cause mortality, which is really amazing. So it's just because you're getting a moderate cardiovascular exercise just sitting there. And it's like you're just pouring sweat, and it's a physical and it's a psychological challenge, which for me is very important. Important because I need to physically challenge myself or psychologically challenge myself every day. I just need to. Typically, it's met in the gym. I'm doing an exercise that's really pushing myself mentally. My favorite part when I'm at the gym is the part where that little voice starts talking to you, and it says, hey, you better stop. No, you can't do this. I don't think you can do this. Like when that little voice kicks in, that adversary that's opposed to forward movement that's in your brain, it starts talking to you, and it's real because you have those thoughts. Like I usually have them when I'm running and I'm trying to maintain a fast pace, and I've got maybe like a quarter, 3/4 of a mile left, and I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I can maintain this pace for this distance. And then that voice kicks in and it says that, and then I go, no, fuck you. Like I'm like, and then I start like arguing with the voice in my brain, and I'm like, no, I can do this, and then the voice, no, you can't, yes, I can't, no, you can't, yes, I can. It's like, no, you can't, yes, I can. And you can't let that voice win, because when that voice wins, it gathers momentum in that direction. And so I never let that voice win. And if I do, I feel like a failure after. And so I don't like that feeling. So I can't remember the last time I've let that voice win. And I always finish and I always complete whatever it is that I felt like I couldn't. And my God, you feel so fucking good after. You accomplish something, you challenge yourself physically. And that's what the sauna can bring to me. And I don't have to, excuse me, COVID. I don't have to do anything really physical. You just sit there. So it's for me, it's the perfect form of active recovery because you're sitting there, you're getting a workout. It's tough. It's physical. It's psychological, and I'm gonna get to do it like 5 to 7 days a week every week, and I'm gonna be able to get outside in the frigid cold temperatures of the UP in the middle of winter. I'm gonna be able to get in there and just cook myself, and then come out and cool down, and then go back in and cook myself, and then come back out and cool down and cook myself. Oh, I can't wait. There's a feeling too that you get after, like, I don't know if, well, first off, it's a form of heat stress. I should say it's a form of stress. It's called heat stress. And when your body is stressed, either with hot or cold, cryotherapy being the cold, your body releases all sorts of these really great, endorphins, sauna, that releases heat shock proteins. I've talked about these things. And, but you just feel great after. You got to make sure you're being hydrating, or, speaking of which, grab my water. The noisiest water bottle in town. I've been drinking water like a fiend, like a fish. I'm also sitting up with incredible posture at the moment, so I can sit here with my sciatica. Why the fuck do I have sciatica? Let me find out. Sciatica. Sciatica refers to pain that radiates along the path of the sciatic nerve, which branches from the lower back through your hips and buttocks and down each leg. Oh, I just have it in one leg. Oh, yeah, here we go. Typically, sciatica affects only one side of your body. Oh, my God, imagine it in both. Oof. More than 3 million cases per year. Self-diagnosable, treatable by a medical professional. You just got to stretch. You don't need a medical professional. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Maybe people have severe sciatica. But anyway, there's another thing I wanted to speak to you guys on. Why are naked celebrities telling us to vote? I really want you to think about this. I'll think about it too. Let's do this together, friends. What the fuck have we come to? I mean, I'm so sick of Instagram making sure I'm registered. Facebook, make sure you're registered to vote. Hey, go vote. Go vote. Now there's naked celebrities on television with their fucking tits out, their dicks waving in front of the cameras, saying I need to go cast my opinion. Listen, I'm all about voting. I think people should do whatever they want. I'm not going to tell anyone to vote. If you want to vote, go vote. If you don't want to vote, don't vote. Do what you want. But it's like they're just fucking trying everything possible to get people to vote. It's like, look at my titties. It's like you're not attractive and they're blurred, so there's nothing to look at. Stop it. I don't like it. I don't like these celebrities who, let's face it, these are very wealthy, powerful, successful people, and good for them. I hope to be one of them someday. Maybe not necessarily celebrity, but as far as successful in my own regard and financially and reach my own goals, I have no problem with success. I'm not shitting on their success. I'm happy for their success. But there's some successful people that become disconnected with the reality of, well, I don't even know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I don't know. I just don't think celebrities should be telling everyone to vote. And I don't know why everyone's fucking why are so focused on celebrities? Why are they important to us? I can appreciate their work, especially if they're an incredible actor, someone like Leo or Tom Cruise. I've been watching so many movies, you guys. I can appreciate art and I can appreciate work, but I mean, we place so much value on celebrities. I mean, they're in our magazines. I mean, they're who we follow on Instagram. They're just people. Now, I get that. I mean, they're at the top of the hierarchy, so to speak, in some sense of it, but you know, I just don't think we need to look to them to vote. Like, well, they have the most reach, and they're reaching a lot of people, and they're influencers, and so I mean, they have, their opinion matters, and people listen to them. Okay, I do see that perspective, but listen, everyone, like, let's just be taught to vote by our parents. I don't know. Hey, you're 18 now, buddy. You're 18 now, Jennifer. Get your ass out the door and vote. All right? I just think it's very weird. It's like what's his face? Lil Dicky? Is that how you say it? Lil? I hate when Lil Wayne. Lil this, Lil that. Like, why is his cock tucked between his legs on his Instagram page saying, if you go vote, I'll whip out my schlong. Who fuck cares? No one, Lil Dicky, no one cares. You're very successful, you're very talented, but no one cares. There's plenty of dicks to be seen by people out there who want to see dicks. They don't need to see yours. All right? Put it away. How about just, I don't know, maybe it's just like a shock tactic. I don't know, you guys. I just think it's stupid. I think it's very dumb. I guess it's kind of funny. People think it's funny. I think it's kind of odd. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of seeing these celebrities telling everyone what to do. And it's so funny. Everyone always says, go vote, go vote. And these are all, from what I can tell, these are all people on the left. And I have no problem with people on the left at all. I think that's a broad brush. And that's a massive generalization just to paint people as the people on the left. Okay, so what, 175 million people I'm talking about, probably, roughly, if we just split it up left and right. So I'm broad brushing it, and it's a big generalization. But I just feel like it's all these left-wing progressive people saying, go vote. And no one ever just, like, why don't you just come out and say it? Like, hey, don't vote Donald Trump. That's every single one I've seen. I don't know about you guys, but every single person I've seen might as well come out and just say, vote Biden, fuck Trump. Like, that's what every advertisement I've seen of these celebrities, these people of high status, like, they're all, from what I can tell, left-wing progressives. And that's fine. That's fine. That's their ideology. I'm cool with it. But just fucking come out and say it, all right? Be a bit more polarizing. Be honest, all right? Come out and say, hey, we think Trump is a psycho. Vote Biden. He's sleepy, as Trump would say, and he likes to hug children and sniff them a bit much, but he's not Trump. But in my opinion, like, Trump seems to be the preferable alternative to the far left progressive ideologies. Okay, that's enough politics. Tell jokes, Trevor. It's a comedy podcast. COVID's got to me. Let me a little more water here. Let me see how we're doing. We're at the halfway point, folks. I'd like to thank you all for listening and tuning in to the show, the Trevor Ohlsen Show. I'd love to hear from you. The Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. I'll say it again, folks. The Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. Please reach out with your comments, your questions, your concerns, your nudes, but not Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky, no nudes for me, please. I'd love to hear from you, the Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to sign up to the subscription-based, membership-based platform, Patreon, to gain exclusive access to the weekly Patreon edition episodes, which come out every Saturday. I was going to say Sunday. They come out every Saturday now. Head over to patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen, or just type my name in on patreon.com. That's patreon.com. Patreon.com. I'd love to have you gain access to those shows. And let's be honest, you know you want to, huh? Where are you going to get your chuckles from? From me. That's right. All right, I need some more water. So please reach out to the show, the Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com, and sign up for the weekly Saturday at Patreon edition episodes at patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen. I have been watching an absurd amount of movies since I got the plague. I watched 4 alone, 4 yesterday. Four. Which, I don't get to watch movies, but I choose to not necessarily watch them all the time, just because I'm trying to, get some more shit done. I love movies. I just don't watch as many as I'd like, I guess. No, let's be honest. I don't need to watch a bunch of movies. I like movies. I think they're fun, especially with people. If the people shut the fuck up, I've talked to no one. Nothing drives me more insane than when people are talking during a movie. Yes. Okay. I don't need to cover that anymore. But I watched. So I think most of you know now that we have fast Wi-Fi here at the Ohlsens. Praise Jesus. We truly do, which we have never had in my 25 years of existence, and it feels too good to be true. To be honest, it's such a relief. I'm able to get so much more work done. I'm able to be so much more efficient. I'm able to watch so much more porn. It's unbelievable, and in high def. Just kidding. I try not to watch pornography. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I don't think it's necessarily good. In fact, I will tell you, I don't think it's good. I think there's a lot of problems with it, and I think people don't like to admit that. But we can talk about that another day. Let's talk about the movies. So I watched The Departed, which was excellent. Leonardo DiCaprio. Who else was in it? Let's see. The Departed. Watched too many movies. I can't keep them straight. Yes. Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson. I mean, filled with these high-profile actors. Fantastic movie. I would recommend it. I'm not going to give anything away, but I'll read the description. South Boston, Boston. They all have these Boston accents. South Boston cop. It's like It's the sound. It's not cop. It's cop. South Boston cop Billy Costigan goes undercover to infiltrate the organization of gangland chief Frank Costello. Yeah, it's basically a cop that's infiltrating an organization of a gang, and it's excellent. So go check it out, folks. This everything we're watching is on Amazon Prime, if you're curious. Watch that one. This one of my favorite movies. I will say this is one of my favorite movies. It's new. I think it was 2019. It is called Knives Out, and it is so damn good. I watched it initially with my sister a few months ago, and then I watched it again last night with my mom, and it's so good. And this is about the little read is the circumstances surrounding the death of crime novelist Harlan Thrombey are mysterious. But there's one thing that renowned detective Benoit Blanc knows for sure. Everyone in the wildly dysfunctional Thrombey family is a suspect. Now, Blanc must sift through a web of lies and red herrings to uncover the truth. That's how he talks. He's got this southern drawl to him. And I can't say enough about the lead actress, Anna de Armas. I think that's how you say her name. Anna de Armas. She's a force of nature in that movie. She's so talented. Everyone does such a good job in it. So she is one of the main characters. You probably might not have heard of her, but she's excellent and she's beautiful. Anna de Armas, Chris Evans, little Captain America, he's in there. Daniel Craig, who's playing a Benoit Blanc. I mean, you've got the James Bond actor being this southern detective. And he's just so good. Southern drawl. And that's so weird. This popped up last time too. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I don't think he's in there. I don't know why they say that. I've never seen him in the movie, but he pops up as one of the cast as Detective Hardcock. Hi, I'm Detective Hardcock. I like to investigate your undergarments. Okay, so check out Knives Out. Very good movie. We're going through all of them. Blasted through a couple of the Mission Impossibles, Fallout, and Ghost Protocol. I'm a big fan of both. I'm a big fan of Tom Cruise being this sexy, badass man who's on a mission, should he choose to accept it. Both very good. And then I watched I think it's called In the Electric Mist. That was with Tommy Lee Jones and what's his name? John, big fat man. He's actually lost a lot of weight. John Goodman. Yeah, John Goodman. He's lost a lot of weight now. Good for him. John Goodman and who did I just say? Tommy Lee Jones, right? Very good. Actually, no. What am I saying? I'm thinking of this. just say about all the movies. Oh, very good. Very good. How was it? Oh, very good. Very good. How's your day? Oh, very good. Good. How's your COVID? Oh, very good. Thank you. No, I didn't really care for it. It was well done, but I didn't think it was very exciting. I didn't think it was very special. I don't think I'll watch it again, but it was fine. Oh boy, this one, yeah. So I watched Bone. Mr. Hardcock, my employee, my assistant rather, Miss Bone. Okay, so this one's called Bone Tomahawk, and good movie. I will say, one of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen in a movie ever was in that movie. It stayed in my mind all day, and I was appalled. I won't give it away in case you guys want to watch it. It's, like I said, it's called Bone Tomahawk. But there's one scene in there that was so fucking brutal. It left me sick to my stomach almost, and I almost had to look away. Like it pertains to gore, and I have no problem with gore because I know it's fake. I know it's not real. I know it's all a movie. It's not real. But this one was so fucking brutal, and the actor that was, I can at least say the actor who was being, what's the word? I want to say manipulated. That's not the word I'm looking for. Well, the guy who's dying, basically, okay? The gruesome scene involves a guy dying. The guy who's dying, he, as far as an actor, my God, he does a great job, and it is horrific. Woo! It's bad. It is bad. It's disgusting. It is, and I know I'm not giving it away, in case you guys want to watch it, but I'm sure your imaginations are running wild thinking of what I'm talking about. So if you're curious, it's called Bone Tomahawk. Another great actor, Kurt Russell. Yeah. Moving on. Also watched Secret Window with Johnny Depp. What a good-looking guy. What a cutie. He is. My mom loves Johnny Depp. She's not a fan of his extracurricular activities of beating women. No, I have no idea. What did he do with his wife? Johnny Depp. What's the word? Scandal. Here we go. From film flops to abuse allegation. Yeah. I don't know how people get into these things when, like, people love celebrity gossip. Again, it's like, this has nothing to do with your life. Why are you wasting so much time? But I'm a big Johnny Depp fan. I think he's an incredible actor. But Secret Window. Yeah, a Johnny Depp film. Very good. I had a feeling from the beginning because there's a twist at the end, but I called the twist. I called it. Basically, he's an author, Johnny Depp. He's living out in the woods, in the bush, I like a bush. And he's living in the woods in this cabin, and there's all sorts of things that happen. I didn't expect the ending necessarily. Definitely didn't expect what happened, but very good, very good. He's also a force, especially in the Pirates of the Caribbean films. He's great in those. I think that's what really skyrocketed his fame. I think he owns like 20 houses. Let's find out. How many houses does Johnny Depp have? Oh, this is less than I thought. Johnny Depp does not just own one mansion in the Hollywood Hills. He owns 5. Oh my God, 5 mansions all on the same street. Owning an entire cul-de-sac in the Hollywood Hills does not come cheap. He is estimated to have spent an entire eye-watering price. Eye-watering, settle down. That's poor people talk. Eye-watering price of $19 million on the homes. Wow, good for him. I think we look at hyper-successful people and we're just fucking blown away at what they do and what they buy. But I mean, if you're making hundreds of millions of dollars, it's like, who gives a shit if you spend $20 million on a few homes? Really? I mean, maybe it's not the most wise investment, or maybe it is. Maybe he sells that a few years down the road for $40 million instead of 19. Real estate's going up. But maybe not now. Everyone's fleeing from California from the plague and the fires. But, yeah, what a nightmare. That's all right. Well, I'll get through it. We'll pull through. The American spirit endures, folks. We will pursue. We will persevere, rather. Okay. I wanted to talk also. Oh, yeah. I don't know what your thoughts are on the show The Masked Singer. And in fact, if you like it, I'd like to hear from you, and I'd like you to tell me your reasoning behind your liking of it. I think The Masked Singer is a stupid show. I think they're running out of ideas, and they're running out of ways to entertain people. And it's like every shot of the crowd, it's like they're in awe, as if they're watching the second coming of Christ. It's like they're every shot of the crowd, it's like bug-eyed or crying or hands over their mouth or some dude banging some chick in the back. You missed that one. No, I don't get it. I think they're running out of ideas to entertain people. It's they're like, the kids have TikTok. No one cares about The Masked Singer. No one cares about TV anymore. It's true. TV is dying. No one cares about TV anymore. At least not in comparison to the way people used to care about TV. It's just a transition. It's a transition to YouTube, to Instagram, to social media in general. Like that's how people consume everything nowadays. At least the younger generation consumes everything through their iPhone. They're not watching The Masked Singer. It's like, and it's like they get in all these, again, celebrities as judges. And I'm so uninterested. It seems so produced. Who gives a fuck if you can sing? The Masked Singer. I don't care. And no one else does. Nobody cares. Oh my God, it was the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway? No one cares. I think he's a good singer. I think he's talented. I think he's successful. I'm happy for him. But at the end of the day, it's like, no, there's so much content. There's so much stuff. There's so much better stuff out there than that. I am uninterested completely in singing competitions. First off, I don't like the idea of music being a competition. But to be fair, everything is we make everything into a competition. Now, that's coming from someone I'm a competitive person, and I sing. I used to before the pandemic. I am very competitive, especially on a physical level. As far as sports wise, and I like to be very good at things. I like to put my time in and and get good at stuff, So I do. That's why I've been working on music since I was 14, 10 actually. I wrote my first song when I was 10, and I started more seriously when I was 14. So that's why I say when I was 14. But it's like I've been working at that for 11 years. I did Taekwondo for 8 years straight, very seriously, and got my black belt in kickboxing. It's like I'm in my 7th, 8th year of weightlifting. I think people need to learn that instead of breadth of, and this isn't my idea, but instead of focusing on breadth of experience, we need to focus on depth. That's how you really feel something. Because I could try a bunch of different things and get okay at most of them. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I could. Maybe that's just my confidence, but I think I can get good at anything. I do, or at least most everything. And but I choose to focus on the things that I'm drawn to, that my temperament, that me as a person that I'm drawn to. I'm drawn to creative endeavors such as music, as you guys know. Music and even though I just started this podcast, this is a fun, creative thing for me. And so like focusing, there's no comparison to being okay at something and then honing a craft for like a decade. That you feel such a sense of fulfillment. You can see the progression. My God, my music now compared to even just 5 years ago, it's infinitely better. And thank God, because it was a nightmare a few years ago. But I guess what I'm just trying to say is that focusing on depth rather than breadth of experience is more important. And you're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to be more confident in whatever it is that you're honing. And, you're going to have something to offer that not everyone else has. Because if you spend 10 years getting good at something, whatever it is, it's like you're going to be significantly better than most everyone else, especially everyone who's not pursuing that craft or that business or that idea. So get good at stuff, folks. Get good at stuff. How are we doing time-wise? We got 13 minutes. I'm sweating and I have to shit. I'm holding it in, folks. I'm holding it in for these 13 minutes. I'm puckering my asshole at the tightest puckering level. All right, I've been honing this for years. I haven't shit in weeks. There was a guy. I need some more water. There was a guy. I won't name names. Who went to the same high school as yours truly, and we weren't in the same grade, but it was an event, folks. Let me tell you, this was an event. He took a shit. I should back up. At first, we didn't know who took the shit, but he took a shit. I know this is going to sound impossible, but I promise you it's not. He took a shit the size of a football. I'm maybe just a little smaller, but not by much. And it became the talk of the town, not just the school, the town. The town. And we were in math. I remember I walked in there and saw it because everyone was walking into this bathroom. I mean, I think men, women alike. Everyone was just like, oh, let's got to see this shit. This is like the shit heard around the world. And I mean, you walked in. I mean, you couldn't believe that person's body wasn't laying just dead on the ground next to it, because that shit should have killed that person. I mean, it was so preposterous. It was magical, really. It was so insane. And I remember I was sitting rather in a math class, and we found out who did it, and he was in that math class with us. And he's like, yeah, I did it. He just openly admitted to it. It's like, if I did that, first off, I'd be crying and bleeding. But I would not be proud of it. I would. Was that you, Olsen? Nope. No. Really, because your pants are blood soaked, and there's tears down your cheeks. No, it wasn't me. But this guy was like, yep, was me. And I remember too, the teacher started almost like poking fun at him, and I was like, that's not cool. Like, that's really embarrassing. Don't do that, you dick. He was one of my favorite teachers, though. Anyway, we convinced the teacher to go out into the bathroom with us. And I remember it was me and, like, just, of course, a handful of other dudes and the teacher. And we all walked in, and he is in the far stall. So he walks in the door. He creeps down the hall of the bathroom. The smell is overwhelming. He walks all the way to the end, and he opens up the door, and he looks in, and he just goes, oh my God. And then he just immediately covered up his face and walked out. And if I'm not mistaken, we went back to the class, and he was just like, you can't do that here. It's like, how are you going to tell someone not to shit? And it's like, hey, I have to shit. No, not here. All right, was that you last time? No shitting here. Go, get out of here. Scram, like a dog. Hey, shoo. Also, I'm almost 100% positive that the shit had to be broken up by a stick. Like, the janitor went in there with a stick. I bet they just hated their job and their life in that moment. I bet they were like, they're in their 50s. They're like, oh God, I like the gig. It's a good gig. I feel a part of something bigger than myself. I'm keeping the school clean for everyone, for these kids. I'm happy. I'm fulfilled. But I bet in that moment they were like, fuck this job and fuck that kid. To go outside, to break a branch off a tree, to walk inside with the branch you broke off from a tree, to go into the bathroom and to just stab a shit until it's broken down enough so that it can be flushed in 3 or 4 rounds. We got a quadruple flusher, folks. I mean, my God. I bet they were not fulfilled in that moment. What a nightmare. Oh my God. High school is such a funny time. I look back at high school with honestly, all positive memories. It was fun for me. It was simple. I definitely don't want to go back. I'm not one of those guys who are like, I miss high school. Life was so much easier then. I want to go back. It's like, no, I want a fucking challenge. All right. Give me COVID. Give me a pandemic. And toss some sciatica on it. All right. I'm going to fight through. So, but I have a lot of great memories with high school. One time, I don't know why this one memory in particular sticks, but me and my friend Joe was my best friend in high school. We're still friends. We're just on different courses in life. But that's how it goes. And him and I, we would go into the auditorium, and we would I'm not going to name, well, he's retired now. We would convince the band teacher to give us his keys, and he would give it to us. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? You're the teacher. I'm 17 and horny, and I'm up to no good. Well, I'm not banging Joe. That's not what I'm suggesting. Okay, moving forward. So he would give us the keys, and in the auditorium there was this. There was like this. There was a ladder that you could get up into the ceiling, and into like all of the technical stuff that goes up above the stage. So like the lighting, and I'd been up there before helping with shows and doing things, so I'd been up there a bunch. But you were only supposed to go up there, during a specific thing, and he would sometimes give us the key to just open up the lock, because there was a shield blocking the ladder, and it was actually a caged ladder, so you couldn't just climb the ladder. I remember he wouldn't give us the key one time, and we really wanted to go up there because we'd just go up there, and then we would hop onto these beams, and we would walk like all the way to the back of the ceiling. Like, you're not supposed to be, we wouldn't walk on the ceiling. We were walking on these metal beams, so we wouldn't fall through. But if we fell off the beams, probably hard enough, we'd fall through. Like, oh my God, we were doing so many stupid things. And I remember one time he wouldn't give us the keys. Like an adult, like, thank you, you don't give it to us. And so we climbed up the side of the cage, like, quite high. Like, and if we fell, like, we would have been fucked. And we climbed up the side of the caged ladder, and then we had to hop over something, and we were able to sneak up there. But we would do shit like that all the time. I'd climb up there. I snuck up on the roof one time with my friend Jake. It was his idea. I was terrified. This was in, I might have been a freshman, or I might have even still been in middle school. He might have been like a sophomore or something like that. But we were in the middle of two gyms, and there's like a little section where you can go. And there was stairs, and he's like, "Let's go." And so I was like, "Okay." And so we ran up these stairs, and he climbed up a ladder and opened up a hatch, and we were just running around up on the roof. And it's so funny because as an adult, it's like, who gives a fuck? But back then, it's like, oh, you would get in so much trouble. It was so rebellious of us. It was just a lot of fun. High school was a lot of fun. And do I miss it? No. I'm happy with where I am in life, and I'm happy with the direction and the trajectory that I'm on. And I'm a different human being from when I was 18, a senior in high school. Now that I'm 25. I think most of you would all agree. It's like, high school hopefully was good for you. Maybe it wasn't, but it's like you got through it, and it's like you don't want to go back. Even though in the moment, like, there's nothing that feels like when you're a senior in high school, it's like you are on top of the world. Like the whole world. It's like no one's going to tell you differently. Nobody ain't going to not ever tell you none differently. That was nice. That was all grammatically correct. And, but yeah, man, just good memories. It's fun to reminisce on those old memories. I think it's important not to live in the past and not to wish you could go back. But I don't see any problem with reminiscing on fun memories and fun moments and just exploring them again. And just reminding, there's a silliness to high school. It's silly. I think if you can hang on to that silliness forever, you're going to probably be a lot happier. Because even already at 25, I've learned that if you take yourself too seriously, and you want everything to be perfect and right and correct, it's like those are things all out of your control. What's starting to become very close to out of my control is this shit that's coming out of my body as I speak. So, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. That is the show. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Again, please reach out to The Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. I'll say it again, folks. The Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. Send your questions, your comments, your concerns, your nudes. Please send your nudes to the Trevor, not Lil Dicky though, to the Trevor Ohlsen Show at gmail.com. Go vote. Let's get naked and vote. Just kidding. Please reach out. Yeah, what am I saying? If you'd like to gain access to the Patreon edition episodes, which come out every Saturday, head over to patreon.com/Trevor Ohlsen. And I should have said this in the beginning, but I didn't. The show is now Wednesdays and Saturdays only. I was doing Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I was doing the Patreon edition episodes on Sundays. This is working out better for me. It's going to be more feasible and realistic for long-term podcasting. So the show is Wednesdays, and like this one, it's available free for everyone, and it's everywhere. And then the Saturday episodes are on Patreon, exclusive for Patreon members. So grab a subscription, become a Patreon member, you cheap fuck, and support the show. We'd love to have you as part of the community. So you guys take care of yourselves, stay healthy, love each other. All right, that's all I'll say. I'm not whipping out my cock and telling you to vote. I'm just saying go love each other. All right, folks, we'll see you Saturday.